Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, this is Chinese Pod, bringing you another lesson in spoken Mandarin, and my name is Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Now, Jenny, please continue to tell us about the lesson today, if you would.
I am tempted to sing a Christmas carol.
You are tempted? Well, feel free.
Yes. 叮叮当，叮叮当，铃儿响叮当。
Wow, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Impressive. Wow, I never knew.
You have such low standards. Anyway, it's that time of the year.
Yes.
So we're visited by Santa Claus.
Good. Well, you've just given us a clue today about today's lesson, and it is indeed Santa Claus. How do you say the word Santa Claus in Chinese, please?
圣诞老人，圣诞老人。
Tell us about the tones there, would you please?
圣诞 two fourth tones.
Yes.
Meaning Christmas.
Christmas.
And 老人 third and second. Meaning an elderly.
An elderly man, person,
Yes.
老人.
Yes.
Okay.
Could be a man or a woman.
There you go, the old person. So literally it's kind of like the Christmas old person.
Yes.
That's Santa Claus. Let's hear it
Sounds
again.
a lot better in English.
I don't know. I think it sounds okay in Chinese too. Let's hear it again, please.
圣诞老人，圣诞老人。
圣诞老人. Okay, now, before we proceed here today, let me just be clear about something. 圣诞老人 is not a Chinese festival in any sense. It's not a traditional thing. In fact, if you go back a few years, it would have been pretty much unknown in China for the most part.
True.
However, in the last few years, in the last 2-3 decades, he has become known, and just about every Chinese kid knows him now and knows basically that he has a red suit and blah, blah, blah. I know basically what they know, but actually, so everybody knows who he is. And then he gives gifts and he comes around Christmas time.
Yes.
Although this is not a traditional Chinese thing right here, it is something that throughout the month of December you will see in China. You will hear about it. You'll see it in the stores. You'll see it on the TV and so on.
Almost overwhelming in certain large cities in China.
Yeah, it is. So what we're giving you today is the language to say, this is what. If somebody asks you about this as a visitor to China, you now have some of the language. So we're not trying to just bring some kind of, force the culture upon Chinese speakers. Anyway, that's enough for that. Let's listen to this dialogue about what's he called again?
圣诞老人。
Oh yeah, him. Let's listen to that 3 times, shall we?
Dialogue first time.
圣诞老人，你好。
你好，你乖不乖？
乖。
那我给你礼物。
谢谢，圣诞老人。
Second time.
圣诞老人，你好。
你好，你乖不乖？
乖。
那我给你礼物。
谢谢，圣诞老人。
Third time.
圣诞老人，你好。
你好，你乖不乖？
乖。
那我给你礼物。
谢谢，圣诞老人。
All right.
Translation.
Yes, please.
圣诞老人，你好。
Hello, Santa Claus.
圣诞老人，你好。
Santa Claus, hello.
圣诞老人，你好。你好，你乖不乖？
Have you been good or bad?
你好，你乖不乖？
Have you been a good child?
你好，你乖不乖？乖，
Good.
乖，
Good.
乖。那我给你礼物。
Okay, then, so I'll give you a gift.
那我给你礼物。
Oh, then I'll give you a gift.
那我给你礼物。谢谢圣诞老人。
Thank you, Santa Claus.
谢谢圣诞老人。
Thanks, Santa Claus.
谢谢圣诞老人。
There you go.
I've never said 圣诞老人 so many times before.
Really? Okay. This is, I mean, we're giving you the chance to practice here. Not you,
Yes.
Chenny. We're giving the listeners a chance to practice.
I believe in Santa.
Yes. Oh, do you? Okay, good. This is just a chance to repeat it a little bit. So you can keep saying that again. Say the man you believe in. What's his name?
圣诞老人，
圣诞老人.
圣诞老人。
Okay, so you believe in him. Fine. Now, how do you address this chap when you first confront him?
圣诞老人你好，圣诞老人你好。
So it's pretty straightforward. It's Santa Claus.
Hello，
Yes. 你好.
你好。
Hello. And that is the same hello that you use pretty much with anyone in any scenario.
Yes.
Okay. Santa Claus everybody knows the question that Santa Claus asks these children. They could be sitting on his knee or whatever. And this is the question, but it's great because it's so simplified and so telegraphic in Chinese. It's so to the point. So let's hear it.
你乖不乖？你乖不乖
Great. Now, 你 as in you.
You.
Now, the adjective here is,
乖，乖。
and that's first tone, right?
Exactly.
Now, tell us about 乖. Tell us something about it.
I think it has a lot of cultural depth.
Does it?
Yes, 乖 essentially means obedient, well-behaved to describe a child
Yes.
or even a pet.
Even a pet.
乖
So your little 小狗, your little dog could be
Yes.
very 乖.
Yeah, by which means he doesn't bark and doesn't run around.
Wow.
I said cultural depth because the key measurement in Chinese standard for a child
Yes.
is to be obedient, to do whatever the parents tell him or her
Wow.
to do.
That's the key measurement right
yeah,
there.
乖
Hey guys, it's Michael here at Chinese Pod, and we want to say thank you to all of our faithful subscribers. If you're not registered yet, head over to ChinesePod.com now and get 20% off.
We got promo codes. Save your money. Promo codes. Learn Chinese. Register now at ChinesePod.com.
Use promo code GET20 at checkout to get 20% off your first year.
Wow. Come over here, son. It's time for your key measurement. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. Yeah, it definitely, you have to be very 乖 in traditional Chinese way. Now, so this is what Santa Claus is asking the kid. Now, it's very interesting and very efficient little way to structure the sentence. Let's hear it again.
你乖不乖？你乖不乖
So the adjective 乖 means,
Obedient,
Obedient.
well-behaved.
and its opposite is
不乖，不乖
okay. So notice how it constructs here so efficiently. So it's basically you good, not good. There you go. Let's hear it again.
你乖不乖？你乖不乖 It's like doing true or false
Indeed.
questions.
Yeah, true or false? You're good, yes or no? It's time for your key measurement over here. Okay, so are you good or not? This guy gets to that point, doesn't he? He
Yes.
doesn't say hello.
Oh, he is busy, 圣诞老人
He is, definitely. This is absolutely true. My 8-year-old daughter asked me yesterday if Santa Claus really exists. And then a couple of hours later, she was thinking about it. And then she said, how does he fit all the toys onto his sleigh?
Is
And
she
I'm
reading
thinking,
Sophie's World?
I'm not sure. Well, she's reading a lot of stuff at the moment. I don't know. But I think there are cracks appearing in that little belief system. But anyway, I'll keep you posted.
And I think at some age we re-believe again.
Do we?
Yeah,
Yo, you just
for the
said that.
aspiration of purity
Ah, wow.
and faith.
Okay.
So I
I'm
think-
beyond help, but I trust you that you're going through that. So great, a super expression and very Chinese. Let's hear it again. Are you good? Are you good or bad?
你乖不乖？ 你乖不乖?
Now, and just to stay with the theme of utter efficiency, the kid says,
乖
isn't that great?
Yes.
In English, you'd have to say, you need pronouns and stuff. I'm good or I've been really good. You need verbs and stuff. But in Chinese, it's perfectly acceptable to just use the same adjective. And so one more time. So let's hear the question and the answer again, please, Jenny.
你乖不乖? 乖你乖不乖? 乖
Listen to that. Isn't that so efficient? Well then, in that case, I'll give you a gift.
那我给你礼物 那我给你礼物
Now, this sentence, I find this really interesting at a sort of linguistic level, not just at a grammatical or semantic level. But so let's take a look at it. Now, the first word here is
那
and that's fourth tone.
Yes.
And na is a super useful little item that indicates
In that case.
This is known as a discourse marker. So discourse markers are just things that help to glue conversations together. They're not particularly meaning per se, but they help to glue things and they show a kind of inclusiveness. They show that there's involvement in the discussion.
Yeah, communication.
Yeah, so here's your classic discourse marker. In English, you have stuff like well then and now, and in that case, and actually. So here we are, na fourth tone. Now, what follows is also a very interesting little piece of language. So let's hear that.
我给你礼物我给你礼物
Now, great. The term for gift is
礼物礼物
Now, the tones there are
Third and fourth.
good, 礼物. And everybody likes to receive the old 礼物. I certainly do. Here's the interesting part for me. When you're giving something in English, if you're handing something to someone in English, you're likely to say something like, here you are. Here you go. Now, once again, this functions at the level of a kind of a conversational gambit rather than not particularly meaningful. Of course, I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
But I think silence in that sense would indicate
Awkward.
something. Awkwardness, right? So we actually just fill in with. Now, in Chinese, the way you fill in and state the obvious is you say, I give you.
我给你礼物 or you could simply say 给你 which is still stating the obvious. Give you.
Yes, but what it does, it just functions as a kind of a filler instead of leaving the open space. So in English, we always say, here you are, there you go. In Chinese, you just say,
给你 simply 给你 or 我给你礼物
in this case, it's a 礼物. Now, they might be slightly less likely, in fact, the verb to say, well, 给你礼物. But whatever, it's perfectly acceptable from a grammatical perspective, and it gives you the chance to listen to more constructions. And what does the kid say?
谢谢圣诞老人谢谢圣诞老人
Now, this really does prove that he is, in fact, very
乖
乖
well behaved
Very quiet. All right. So it's basically that sense, of course, is thank you, Santa Claus.
the joys of Christmas
Yes, indeed. Well, let's listen to the joys of Christmas 3 more times, shall we?
好 Dialogue first time
圣诞老人，你好，
你好，你乖不乖？
乖，
那我给你礼物。
谢谢圣诞老人。
Second time
圣诞老人，你好，
你好，你乖不乖？
乖，
那我给你礼物。
谢谢圣诞老人。
Third time
圣诞老人，你好，
你好，你乖不乖？
乖，
那我给你礼物。
谢谢圣诞老人。
Now, we hope that was useful.
It's a good 圣诞礼物
Indeed.
Christmas gift.
That's right.
Arriving on your MP3 player.
I hope that you get lots of 礼物. And
Where's my 礼物?
that's a good question. Where's your 礼物?
From you.
I haven't decided what I'm going to 给你. Well, if you want to explore this 礼物 and other 礼物, why don't you go to ChinesePod.com, because there's lots of little gems in there, lots of things you can unwrap, as it were.
中文礼物
So you can go and explore those, because the learning happens through exploration. Patterns. I'm really big on patterns at the moment. Patterns. Look for patterns in the language. Lexis will do that. Sentences will do that. And looking for words that relate to other words. Just as we try to present them here today.
Yes.
Wow. That's all.
I have had fun.
You have had fun. That's great to know. Well, I hope you have more fun tomorrow when we come back with another lesson.
Of course we will.
Great.
In the meantime, for us to say 再见.
再见.
It's ChinesePod.com. If you tell two friends, then they will tell two friends, who in turn will tell two more friends, till eventually we find someone with no friends. But hey, we got the word out. It's Mandarin on your terms. ChinesePod.com.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 0739. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0739 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0739.